Good morning, children. I think you studied the introduction of cell. And what is a cell? Cell is the structural and functional unit of the living organisms. So today we are going to study detail about the cell. So the last class you studied certain scientists invented the cell, and the Robert Hooke was the first scientist who invented the cell, and all of you have submitted the notes also. So today we are going to see there are different types of organisms. You know, how many cells are in our body? There are thousands of cells in our body. But there are animals which have only one cell. That means they are the unicellular animals. The last standard, the 8th standard, is studied about the introductory part of the cell. And the animals having one cell, they are known as the unicellular animals. Example, amoeba, paramecium, chlamydomonas. See, the human beings and other organs, they have more than one cell, and they are known as the multicellular organisms. See, all the type of cells in the human beings, especially, they are different types of cell. Their shape is different. See, there are some smooth muscle cell, blood cells, nerve cells, then the fat cells, then ovum, sperm. The smooth muscles, you can see in the text in page 58 of our NCERT textbook, you can see the picture of different types of cell. See, the different types of cell is smooth muscle cell, then the blood cell, nerve cell, fat cell, ovum, bone cell, and the sperm. The shape and size of the cell that is related to the specific function they perform. See, have you heard about the blood cells? So what is the function of the blood cells? They are carrying oxygen and carbon dioxide and waste materials. Then what about the nerve cell? They are the controlling unit. So each cell, they are specific in their function. So the shape and size of the cell are related to the specific functions they perform. See, the amoeba, the unicellular animals, they have only one cell. See, they can change their shape. In some cases, the cell shape should be more or less fixed and peculiar for a particular type of cell. Amoeba, as they have only one cell, they can change their size and shape. But in some multicellular organisms, some type of cells can change their shape or size. Then, what is a cell made up of? What is the structural organization of the cell? Structural organization of the cell. Can anyone say structural organization? See, the cell is made up of, in the central part, all of you know, there is the nucleus. Then in the outer part there is the membrane that is known as the cell membrane. The central part is known as the nucleus and the outer portion is known as the cell membrane. See, in between the nucleus and the cell membrane there is another portion that is known as the cytoplasm. In the cytoplasm, so many organelles are embedded there. What is the meaning of organelles? The specific substances that are embedded in the cytoplasm. That means the endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies, plastids, chloroplasts, all these are organelles embedded in the cytoplasm. So the cell consists of the cell membrane. That is known as the plasma membrane. The cell membrane, you can call it as the plasma membrane. So we are studying the structural organization of the cell. The three features in almost every cell, that is the plasma membrane, nucleus and the cytoplasm. First, we can study the plasma membrane or the cell membrane. This is the outermost covering of the cell that separates the content of the cell from the external environment. See the outer covering, that is the plasma membrane or the cell membrane. This separates the cell from the external environment. The plasma membrane allows the entry and exit of some materials in and out of the cell. They won't allow all the substances to pass through them. They allow the passage of only some substances. It prevents the movement of some materials only, so that the plasma membrane is known as selectively permeable membrane. The plasma membrane allows the movement of only some substances, so it is known as the selectively permeable membrane. You understand the term? Why the cell membrane is known as, the plasma membrane is known as selectively permeable membrane. That means it allows the passage of only some materials in and out of the cell. Some substances like carbon dioxide or oxygen have to move across the cell membrane. How the carbon dioxide and oxygen is moving through the cell? It is by a process known as the diffusion. Have you heard about the word diffusion? Diffusion means the movement of the or the passage of materials from a higher concentration to a lower concentration. See, in the cell, the carbon dioxide and the oxygen have to move across the cell membrane, and it is by the process known as the diffusion. So the spontaneous movement of a substance from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration is known as diffusion. Spontaneous. What is the meaning of spontaneous? Continuous. The spontaneous movement of substances from a region of higher concentration. Higher concentration means കൂടുതലുള്ളത്. Higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. That is known as diffusion. See, carbon dioxide, that is the waste materials from in our body, it has to be removed. If it is accumulate in our body, it is toxic. So the carbon dioxide, it accumulates in a higher concentration inside the cell. So in the cell's external environment, the concentration of carbon dioxide is low. You understand? See, in the cell, the concentration of carbon dioxide is high, and in the external, outside the cell, it is low. The concentration is low. So it has to be moved from the higher concentration to the lower concentration, and that is by the process diffusion. Thank you.